Imagine a country where fairy tale castles rise above misty forests, where medieval towns look like they've stepped out of a storybook, and where every city seems to hum with history, culture, and energy. Welcome to Germany, a land where ancient traditions meet cutting-edge modern life. And in this video, we're counting down the top 10 best places to visit in Germany. Stay with me until the very end, because our number one pick is not only breathtaking, it's a destination that could completely redefine the way you think about travel in Europe. Germany is far more than just bratwurst, beer festivals, and fast cars. It's a destination packed with layers of history, landscapes that range from Alpine peaks to North Sea coastlines, and cities that pulse with art, innovation, and nightlife. Whether you're chasing medieval castles, wandering cobblestone streets, or soaking in panoramic views, Germany offers experiences that stay with you long after you've left. In this countdown, we'll journey across the country, from bustling metropolises to hidden gems, exploring what makes each stop truly unforgettable. By the end, you'll not only know where to go, you'll feel like you've already been there. So, let's kick things off with number 10 on our list. Number 10, Hamburg, the gateway to the world. At number 10, we start with Hamburg, Germany's second largest city, and often described as the gateway to the world. Unlike Berlin's edgy creativity or Munich's Bavarian charm, Hamburg feels distinctly maritime, a cosmopolitan blend of history, culture, and waterside beauty. The first thing you notice is water. The Elbe River winds right through the city, and its vast port, one of the largest in Europe, has shaped Hamburg's identity for centuries. Take a stroll through the Speicherstadt, the world's largest warehouse district, and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. These red brick giants rise like fortress walls along narrow canals, especially atmospheric at night when they glow under amber streetlights. But Hamburg isn't all history, it's also music. The Beatles honed their sound here in the smoky clubs of St. Pauli, a district that still buzzes with nightlife, live music, and a slightly rebellious edge. For something more refined, the Elbe Philharmonie Concert Hall is an architectural marvel that looks like a glass wave rising above the harbor, and its acoustics are just as spectacular as its skyline views. And then there's the vibe. Hamburg has this cool, understated energy. Sip coffee by the Ulster Lake, hop on a boat cruise, or lose yourself in the miniature wonderland, the world's largest model railway that's oddly mesmerizing. It's a city that surprises you, a place where gritty history and sleek modernity exist side by side. Number 9, the Black Forest, a fairy tale escape. Coming in at number 9, we head south to the Black Forest, or Schwarzwald. If you've ever seen a cuckoo clock, eaten a slice of Black Forest cake, or imagined a Grimm Brothers fairy tale set in a dark, mysterious woodland, this is the place. The Black Forest stretches across southwest Germany near the French border, a dense blanket of pine and fir trees that seems endless. Villages here are straight out of a storybook. Timber-framed houses with flower boxes spilling over, church steeples peeking above rooftops, and cozy gasthoffs serving hearty local dishes. Outdoor lovers will be in paradise. Miles of hiking trails snake through valleys, past waterfalls, and up to panoramic viewpoints. In winter, ski resorts like Feldberg draw in families and thrill seekers alike. And if relaxation is more your speed, towns like Baden-Baden offer world-famous spas, where mineral-rich waters have been soothing visitors since Roman times. But perhaps the real magic lies in the atmosphere. Picture yourself walking through the forest as sunlight filters through tall evergreens, the air cool and earthy. It's easy to see why so many legends, myths, and fairy tales grew out of this region. The Black Forest is more than a destination. It's an experience of stepping back into a simpler, more enchanting world. Number 8, Dresden, the jewel on the Elbe. At number 8, we journey east to Dresden, a city that embodies resilience, beauty, and cultural grandeur. Nicknamed the Florence of the Elbe, Dresden dazzles with its Baroque architecture, world-class museums, and riverside elegance. The story of Dresden is one of tragedy and triumph. During World War II, much of the city was reduced to rubble in devastating air raids. But out of the ashes, Dresden rebuilt, carefully restoring its masterpieces to their former glory. Now, walking through the city feels like stepping into an open-air museum. The Frauenkirche, with its majestic dome, is a symbol of that rebirth. Once a ruin left as a war memorial, it has been painstakingly reconstructed and now stands as a beacon of peace and reconciliation. The Zwinger Palace is another highlight, a Baroque masterpiece filled with fountains, gardens, and art collections that rival the greats of Europe. But Dresden isn't frozen in history. Along the Elbe River, you'll find a vibrant modern side with trendy cafes, lively bars, and a student-driven energy. And at sunset, when the skyline glows golden against the river, you'll understand why artists and poets have been drawn here for centuries. Dresden is proof that beauty can rise again, stronger and more radiant than before. Number 7, Cologne, a city of culture and the cathedral that touches the sky. At number 7, we arrive in Cologne, or Köln as the locals call it, one of Germany's oldest cities, with over 2,000 years of history. But the star of Cologne's skyline is impossible to miss: the Cologne Cathedral, or Kölner Dom. This Gothic masterpiece is nothing short of jaw-dropping. Rising nearly 160 meters into the sky, its twin spires dominate the city. Step inside, and you'll be met with soaring arches, stained glass windows that glow like jewels, and an atmosphere that feels almost otherworldly. It took over 6 centuries to complete, and standing beneath its colossal nave, you'll understand why. But Cologne isn't just about the cathedral. The city has a playful, fun-loving side. Walk along the Rhine River Promenade, explore the colorful houses of the Old Town, or sample the city's pride and joy. Kölsch beer, served in small, slender glasses, it's crisp, refreshing, and often accompanied by laughter in traditional beer halls. And if you time your trip right, Cologne's Carnival is one of Europe's wildest festivals, with parades, costumes, and a party atmosphere that takes over the city. Cologne combines history, spirituality, and a contagious zest for life, making it one of Germany's most unforgettable stops. Number 6, Heidelberg, romance on the Neckar River. Number 6 takes us to Heidelberg, a city that seems like it was designed for poets and dreamers. Nestled along the Neckar River and surrounded by forested hills, Heidelberg is Germany's ultimate romantic destination. The centerpiece is the Heidelberg Castle, a striking mix of Gothic and Renaissance ruins perched above the city. Even in its partly ruined state, it's magnificent, with red sandstone walls that glow in the afternoon sun. From the castle terrace, you get sweeping views over the old town's rooftops and the Neckar River winding below. It's no wonder writers like Goethe and Mark Twain fell under its spell. The old bridge is another highlight, connecting the Baroque old town with the hills beyond. Walk across it at sunset, and you'll see the whole city bathed in golden light. In the evenings, the narrow streets of the old town come alive with student energy. Heidelberg is home to Germany's oldest university, founded in 1386. That youthful buzz mixes beautifully with the timeless elegance of the city. Heidelberg feels like stepping into a living painting, a place where romance lingers in the air, and every corner whispers a story. Number 5, Nuremberg, a city of history and heritage. At number 5, we move into the heart of Bavaria to Nuremberg, a city layered with history, resilience, and culture. Nuremberg's story is complex. It was a major hub of the Holy Roman Empire, a center of trade and innovation, but also infamous for its role during World War II. Today, the city embraces its past while celebrating its vibrant present. Start in the old town, encircled by medieval walls and filled with half-timbered houses. Towering above is the Nuremberg Castle, which for centuries was a residence of kings and emperors. The castle's views stretch across terracotta rooftops and church spires, making it a photographer's dream. But Nuremberg isn't just medieval charm, it's also about confronting history. The Documentation Center Nazi Party rally grounds offers powerful insight into Germany's darkest chapter. It's sobering, but it's also essential, reminding us of the importance of memory and responsibility. Then there's the festive side of Nuremberg. Every December, the city hosts one of the world's most famous Christmas markets, where stalls glow with twinkling lights, mugs of hot mulled wine warm cold hands, and the smell of roasted almonds fills the air. Try the city's iconic Nuremberg sausages, small, flavorful, and traditionally served 3 to a bun. Nuremberg is a city that embraces all parts of its story, the beauty, the tragedy, and the joy. And that's what makes it one of Germany's most meaningful destinations. Number 4, the Romantic Road, a journey through time. At number 4, we're not talking about a single city, but an entire journey, the Romantic Road. This iconic 350-kilometer route winds through southern Germany, connecting medieval towns, rolling countryside, and fairy tale castles. It's like driving through the pages of a storybook. The journey begins in Würzburg, known for its dazzling residence palace, a UNESCO World Heritage Site dripping with Baroque splendor. From there, the road leads you through charming towns like Dinkelsbühl and Rothenburg ob der Tauber, where half-timbered houses and cobblestone streets seem frozen in the Middle Ages. Rothenburg, especially, feels like stepping into a movie set. In fact, it often is, featured in countless films and holiday postcards. As you travel further south, vineyards give way to alpine meadows, and the landscape begins to rise dramatically. The climax of the Romantic Road is near Fosen, where the ultimate fairy tale castle awaits. But more on that later. What makes the Romantic Road so special isn't just the sights, but the feeling. You're not rushing from landmark to landmark. You're meandering through history, savoring the journey itself. Every stop invites you to slow down, explore a little side street, or linger in a market square with a local pastry. It's one of the best ways to truly experience Germany's cultural heart. Number 3, Berlin, the capital of contrasts. At number 3, we reach Berlin, a city that defies easy definition. It's gritty and glamorous, historic and futuristic, chaotic, yet endlessly creative. Berlin isn't a city you just visit, it's a city you experience. Berlin's history alone is enough to draw millions of visitors each year. The Berlin Wall Memorial and East Side Gallery tell the story of a city once divided, while the iconic Brandenburg Gate now stands as a symbol of unity and freedom. The Reichstag, with its gleaming glass dome, bridges the past and present, a seat of democracy that also offers panoramic views across the city. But history is only part of Berlin's allure. This is a city where creativity thrives. Abandoned factories have become art galleries. Underground clubs keep the music going until sunrise, and every district has its own personality. Wander through Kreuzberg for street art and global food. Explore Prenzlauer Berg for leafy boulevards and cafes, or lose yourself in Museum Island, where world-class collections transport you across centuries and continents. Berlin has an energy unlike anywhere else in Germany. It's messy, bold, and constantly reinventing itself. Whether you're exploring history, art, nightlife, or just soaking in the city's eclectic vibe, Berlin will leave an impression that lingers long after you've gone. Number 2, Munich, Bavarian charm and Alpine beauty. At number 2, we head south to Munich, the capital of Bavaria, and a city that perfectly blends tradition with modern flair. Munich is famous worldwide for Oktoberfest, the largest beer festival on the planet. But to think of Munich only as beer halls and pretzels would be a mistake. This city is so much more. Begin in Marienplatz, the heart of the city, where the ornate new town hall dominates the square. Every day at 11 a.m., crowds gather to watch the Glockenspiel, a charming mechanical show of dancing figures that reenacts stories from Munich's history. Around the corner, the Viktualienmarkt buzzes with stalls selling fresh produce, Bavarian specialties, and flowers that flood the air with fragrance. Munich is also deeply cultural. The city is home to world-class art museums like the Alte Pinakothek, as well as the stunning Nymphenburg Palace, a Baroque residence surrounded by gardens and fountains. And then there's the beer culture. Not just Oktoberfest, but historic beer halls like the Hofbräuhaus, where songs, laughter, and clinking steins create an atmosphere you can't find anywhere else. But perhaps Munich's greatest treasure lies just outside its borders. Within an hour, you can be hiking in the Bavarian Alps, skiing in winter, or relaxing by crystal-clear Alpine lakes. Munich is a city that celebrates life, embraces tradition, and connects seamlessly with nature, making it an unmissable stop in Germany. Number 1. Neuschwanstein Castle, Germany's fairy tale crown. At number 1, we arrive at the ultimate symbol of Germany's magic and romance, Neuschwanstein Castle. Perched high in the Bavarian Alps near Füssen, this masterpiece looks like it was dreamed into existence, and in many ways, it was. Commissioned by King Ludwig II of Bavaria in the 19th century, Neuschwanstein was never built as a fortress of power, but as a palace of imagination. Ludwig, often called the fairy tale king, poured his love of art, music, and legend into every detail. The result is a castle so fantastical that it inspired none other than Walt Disney when designing Sleeping Beauty's castle. Approaching Neuschwanstein is an experience in itself. The castle rises dramatically from a forested cliffside, its white towers piercing the sky with the snow-capped Alps as a backdrop. Crossing the Marienbrücke Bridge, you get the view of a lifetime, the castle framed perfectly against the mountains and valleys below. Inside, the interiors are just as extravagant. Grand halls painted with scenes from Wagnerian operas, golden chandeliers, and murals of knights and myths. But beyond its beauty, Neuschwanstein embodies something deeper, a dream of a world untouched by time, a place where fantasy becomes reality. It's not just the most famous landmark in Germany, it's one of the most enchanting places on earth. From the maritime charm of Hamburg to the alpine splendor of Munich, from Berlin's vibrant creativity to the timeless magic of Neuschwanstein, Germany is a country of endless contrasts and surprises. Every destination we've explored tells a different story. Resilience in Dresden, romance in Heidelberg, history in Nuremberg, and fairy tale wonder in the Black Forest. Together, they weave a tapestry of experiences that show Germany isn't just a place to visit, it's a place to feel. A land where past and present live side by side, where nature and culture intertwine, and where every traveler can find something that speaks to their soul. So, whether you're planning your first trip or your 10th, Germany is waiting to captivate you with its beauty, its history, and its unforgettable spirit. Now that you've seen the top 10 best places to visit in Germany, I want to hear from you. Which of these destinations is at the top of your bucket list? Have you been to any of them already? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love reading your travel stories. And if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure across the world. Until then, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and I'll see you in the next video.